Hello everybody. This is our second video so far.
Yes.
We are crazy excited. We can't believe that we have to wait a whole year to move. We're going to find a way, maybe not, I don't know, but I don't think so. I think we're kind of stuck in this time period. But the good thing is, as crazy as it sounds, is COVID is keeping us patient because we can't go anywhere.
Right. It's not like we can even visit if we wanted to.
Exactly. And, you know, what we were trying to figure out is where to move to. And our plan is to get an Airbnb for 7 days. To start off in one major city. And from there, we can start to branch off and check it out for ourselves. We can go see different places. And we can try to figure out where we're going to want to establish ourselves. And we don't know. Maybe we'll be like nomads, right? We might spend 3 months here, move on and do 3 months there, and then decide after a year. We don't know anything yet.
And still like be just as clueless.
Exactly, because we could just use Airbnb for a while. But we do know that we have some specific criteria that we are looking for in the Philippines. And we've done quite a bit of research. Do we know it all? Definitely not. And we are desperately hoping that we get comments below that have different suggestions for us.
Yeah, or any like tips or ideas for us, because we are just throwing our ideas out there.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's only so much of the internet you can scour for information.
Exactly.
So if anybody has like real life experience in these places or in the Philippines and stuff, and you want to drop us like a suggestion, definitely do that.
Please do. So we have some basics. Our first one and our biggest priority, because we're trying to escape this cold winters, is we want beach life. So we need to be either on the beach or near the beach.
Very close.
Yeah, very, very close to the beach. And we also obviously realize that it is an area that has been known for tsunamis or tropical storms,
all that kind of thing.
And flooding, that kind of thing. So yes, of course, we want high ground and that kind of thing. But my understanding is some places are protected by several islands, and therefore they get less severe weather when they do get these tropical storms. So we're looking at all those considerations as well. The next thing that we are really specific on is we really need to have good internet. We plan to make all of our income online, at least for the first while. You know, once she becomes a citizen, we might expand off of that. But in the meantime, we are making all our income online. And so we need the internet to keep us moving. Yeah, and
going.
We're used to very, very fast speeds here. You know, I've had very slow speeds here as well, but not being in a city. So we are going to need to be near civilization. So the first one was we want beach life. Second one is the internet, and the third one is we need some civilization close by.
We want to have it so it's a little bit more modern, I guess, for us.
Close,
close to modern. It's just because there are like country life and like provincial life where I don't know how to.
Yeah, exactly. Like we love our air conditioning. So we definitely need that air conditioning, but we also want to be able to drive, let's say within an hour. We want to be within an hour of a major city center where we have the conveniences that we're used to, that most people that are from the West will be used to. So being able to go to a grocery store, or being able to go to department stores, getting electronics, especially if you're doing online business, and you know, things that are related to video and photos. Well, we're going to be, you know, always needing high tech.
Like if we need a new microphone, we don't want to have to be like, oh, it's going to be a whole day trip to
8 hours and 3 boats or something. Exactly. So, you know, we're okay with one boat, by the way. We haven't said no to that.
It'd be cool boating around.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, exactly. And the last one is we actually don't want some place that's entirely too tourist. And the reason is because if it is entirely tourist, it's going to be very expensive. Everything's going to cost a lot more money. And, well, we don't want to pay the same as if we were living here to live there. and only have the opportunity to make online income. We may as well stay here.
Right.
So, for us, it's very important that we find a place that's economical enough and affordable enough that it's not going to break our budget.
Yeah, and I also don't want to be really close to those like gimmicky tourism things because it's going to get tiring really quickly, I feel,
right.
for us, because we're like, we live here. Like, we could go whenever
to
these cool things. Like, don't get me wrong, they're probably super amazing and cool and whatever. Like,
But we would rather travel to them.
Yeah, and it's like the same as with like those tourist shops and everything. It's like, I don't want to pay for overpriced sunscreen when I live here. Like,
yeah, exactly.
so yeah.
Yeah. And so with all that in mind, that's our checklist, and that's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
so,
it's the basics.
and-
And what?
Yeah, and so when we were trying to select where we want to live, the first thing we wanted to do is figure out where we don't want to live. So we looked into the highest crime rates against foreigners or tourists. So everything from kidnappings to assaults to large-scale thefts, Yeah, not good. Not if you're looking for a place to live, you definitely don't want. And next up, we have Lipa City. So this city is up in the mountains, actually located between two mountains, and they get much cooler weather, about 5 degrees on average than the rest of the country. This is the one, remember, with all the beautiful churches.
Oh, yes.
So they have a lot of old churches.
The architecture.
Yeah, old architecture.
Gorgeous.
They don't have to worry about flooding and tsunamis,
Right,
which is
right.
great, but unfortunately, even with those nice positive things and also being modern and commercial, is they still don't have the beach life
that we're
that's
really
our number one priority.
Yeah.
And so that really is the only downfall we would say to that one. It did look extremely beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so as we're going through the list, we keep finding more and more that are like no beach life for us. And
Yeah.
that's kind of the problem. And next up we have
Tagayle?
City. She says it better than I do. And this is another one that's a little bit cooler. So at night, the temperature does drop down to cooler temperatures, which is great because some people who live there said that they rarely need to run their air conditioning
Oh, that
because
would be
they can
beautiful.
just close all the blinds
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
drapes during the day. So that's a good advantage. I definitely agree. They also had really lush rolling hills. It kind of looked like, for us, it reminded me of what our suburbs here are, which is our big, the nicer, bigger homes that are on the outskirts of the
Yeah,
city.
yeah.
And so
I
a
can
less
see that.
populated, less dense, that kind of
But
thing.
very pretty.
Yeah,
and-
exactly. But not the slow. We don't want that kind of slow life or anything. We do like nightlife as well. We want the beach life. We want all that. So
Yeah.
once again, we had to say no to that one as well. And after all of those, we kind of keep ending up in the same sort of situation.
Yeah.
Everything is pointing to is Cebu City. Not so much the city, but that would be the city we would drive to, that 1 hour away.
The closest
Yeah.
city that we.
Because the greater Cebu area seems to fit all of our check boxes to a T. We can get that beach life. We can get the higher speed internet with the fiber optics. We can get that drive in and go to a mall and
that more
nightlife and that
modern
kind of
feel.
thing. Yeah, exactly. And so from what we've done in our research, it does seem like our best bet is to fly into Cebu, do an Airbnb on the not in the downtown core, but on
No.
the outskirts, rent yourself a scooter and head off and start looking throughout
Look
the
around,
on the
yeah.
outskirts of Cebu City and try to find what we're looking for. And so that's where we're at. That's where we've kind
Come
of
to, like,
stuck
our
to right now.
conclusion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But we have, basically a year away before we have enough money saved
Right.
up and we have everything taken care of here in
Yeah,
Canada
yeah.
so that we can fly off there. So we have plenty of time to change our mind on that. So if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. We thank you very much for joining us. Tomorrow we got more adventures that are related to the Philippines as well. So we'll definitely be putting up a video for that too. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
So
for
great
watching.
so great you came on and watched with us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.